Yes, sir. What's going on, family? I'm so hyped to make today's video. I put into ChatGPT if it was Satan, how would it destroy a man in today's society? And it came back with 8 paradigms that I'm going to break down one by one, that if you don't understand this, you're going to be cooked. Because all I teach on this channel is how for men to reach their fullest potential, how to build their 7-figure businesses, live their dream life. So let's get straight into it. And I was inspired to make this video. I was watching one before, and this shit's gonna go crazy. Get out your notebook. So we're gonna start with number 8 here. Number 8 is make fear his God. Okay, so I got my notes right here. So here's what it said. Amplify the fear of failure, rejection, poverty, death, and judgment. Use fear to justify every compromise and rationalize every dream deferred and keep him in survival mode, not thriving and not creating. So if you've been watching me on the channel, you know we talk about abundance, how to reprogram the subconscious mind to hit those income levels in your life, but really just manifesting your dream life. So making fear your God. I love it because in Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, he talks about how the devil will use this particular power of fear to keep you small. And I like the word it said. It said the word amplify, right? It's just like seeds in the mind. Earl Nightingale said that we become what we think about. So any thought that you plant into your mind and you begin to water, it will begin to grow, it will begin to sprout. And so what the devil will use, and what the opposition, and by the way, the devil is a spiritual being. It's also the ops that we consider like the high society people that are using these mechanisms to keep you down into poverty or just keep you lost. I don't care how much money you're making or what you're doing. Like, we've just been taught these things for a long time. So amplify. I think that's a powerful word. Amplifying your failures. Not getting you to want to get up there and build it again. You know what's funny? I failed at least 15 businesses. 15 businesses. I'm now 29 years old, and I had to fail at least 8 before I made my first $10,000 month, right? It's like, I want you to put these things into perspective. This first one here, the first paradigm the devil's going to use to kill your strategy as a man so you can't reach your fullest potential, build that 7-figure life, living your dream, have your dream life, dream girlfriend, all these kind of things. He's going to amplify your failures. He's going to say that you're not good enough. He's going to say that you're going to live in poverty and just the fear of these things. And you know what's so funny? It's what Andrew Carnegie said. Whatever thought which is feared or revered will begin to clothe itself into its physical counterpart. Meaning, if you fear abundance fear poverty, or desire abundance, whichever one you give more energy to, you're going to begin to manifest. If you're living in poverty, making less than let's say $30,000 a month in your business, or you're just sleeping in a car like I used to, or sleeping in couches and couch surfing, what's happening is you have more fear of poverty and being broken where you're at than the prospect of going after something good. We talk about this a lot, right? Whatever image you focus on in your conscious mind, it begin to put your willpower behind, you begin to amplify. So what the devil is using in this strategy, number 8, he's amplifying the focus on your poverty. He's amplifying the focus on fear, the focus on what if you don't have the money? What if I lose? What if I don't have enough? What if, like, all these what ifs? Bro, wake up. That's why I'm making this video. Why are you living in fear? Like, you have nothing to lose and you have everything to gain. Oh, DeAndre, what if I lose the money? F it, fuck it, go get more money. It's abundant, it's just always flowing. You know how many opportunities I've lost, businesses I've lost? It doesn't matter. Get up there and get it again. The devil wants you to live in fear. That's the tactic of this one. And not just live in fear, to amplify it. It's going to be that voice that says, what if it doesn't work out? What if people laugh at you? What if you don't get the views? But what if you do? What if you do? Fear is the first one that the devil's going to use to go out there and keep you in poverty and keep you broke. Let's go to number 7 here. Kill his oh my God, imagination. For those of you that have been watching my channel for a long time, you know how powerful the imagination is. It's your ability to see it in your mind, which means eventually you will hold it in your hand. I changed my life when I was sleeping in those cars and I started working with Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor said, DeAndre, if you can reprogram your conscious mind, plant into the subconscious mind with feeling, your life will begin to change. And I remember like those days when I was so fearful, but I just trusted in Bob Proctor and everything changed. 45 days later, making $100K a month, changed my life, earned my first 7 figures in a matter of months when I was struggling for years. It all came down to imagination. But I talk about so much on imagination in the positive sense of my channel, but I want to talk about how the devil's using it against you. Kill his imagination. That's what, if ChatGPT was Satan right now, he would say that would be number 7. Kill his imagination. Because God knows how powerful the imagination is. Christ consciousness. Neville Goddard even called it. You can only be redeemed by your imagination. It's your ability to see yourself doing more, being more, having more. And of course, the devil's going to keep you down. He's going to want to kill that imagination. So let's continue. Teach him to dismiss his intuition and imagination as childish. Oh, bro, you're going to go out there. You're going to move to Dubai. Bro, you're going to go out there. You're going to be a millionaire. You're going to write a book. You're going to start a YouTube channel. Bro, that's not for you. That's for the other people. That's the things people will start to tell you. It's a spiritual energy. It might come through people. It might come through content. It might come through the fact you're scrolling through social media, which we'll talk to in a second. And what it gets you to do is replace it with logic and conformity. Oh, no, bro, this is how we do it. You know, I come from a family that I was raised by my grandparents, and they told me that, DeAndre, if you want to be successful, you got to go to college. So I took all the college classes in high school. I went to college for 1 year in Northern California, in Chico State, north of Sacramento. And I did 1 year, and I was doing everything, and I just didn't feel fulfilled. And I just felt like this. All I wanted was a Ferrari. That's why I was going to college. And I was like, if college would give me a Ferrari, then shit, you know? Then I'll go ahead and I'll go to college, right? That's all I wanted, baby. I wanted that Ferrari. And then very quickly, I started looking up salaries of engineers when I was studying. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to buy a Ferrari on this salary. So I ended up dropping out, starting my first business in network marketing. But what happens is conformity. My grandparents said, go to school, and I would go to school, and the teacher would say, go to college, and it was just like conformity. But you know what's so funny? Anybody that's conformed to what society calls a success, I would not want to trade my life with them. I earned 7 figures since I was 24 years old. I live in Dubai. I live my dream life. I have manifested my dream girlfriend. I've done so many fun things, and they were complete opposite of what my family said, what society would say, taking those risks. And it's so crazy to think that, of course, the devil's going to want to tax that imagination. He's going to want to keep you rigid because that's your great redeemer. It's your ability to see yourself doing more than where you're at now. So he's going to kill that part of you. He's going to make creativity impractical and vision dangerous. Because you begin to see yourself as more. And you know what's the craziest thing? You're starting to wake up to the fact that you are a creator, that you are God said, that you can bend this matrix to your reality, that this is the 3D world that's not real, that it bends to the consciousness of man, and that you can literally create your reality by just changing your thoughts, planting into your subconscious mind, rewiring your paradigm, how you see yourself, then taking quantum actions, and your life will change. And I know this firsthand because I went from 2K a month to 100K a month in 45 days. And not because of me. I was just a kid, 24 years old, just listening to Bob Proctor on Law of Attraction and Manifestation. And it happened. And the first thing Bob Proctor said is, go to your imagination. What do you want? I talk that to my clients. Like, of course I got my gold card on me. Look, I got my little gold card. I'm so happy and grateful. Now I'm the world's greatest mindset global icon. I earn $1 million per month. I have 1 million YouTube subscribers, and I have 100,000 affiliates selling my products and programs, making money off of them. They're making money selling my products and programs. But the first goal, I just wanted to make 100K a month. And that was crazy to me at that point, sleeping in a car, but it happened. Why? Because we tapped into this. So the devil, Satan, is going to go after that first part of you, which is the imagination. That's enough of that one. Let's go. Y'all liking this one? Yes, sir. Man, y'all better get some notes out. If y'all just watching this plainly right now, shit, y'all need to tap in. Make sure you get a notebook out. Let's go. Number 6 here. Keep him chasing. This one's big. External validation. Let's read it off here. Link his worth to money, looks, titles, and women. Now, I'll be the first. I like nice shit. I like the nice watches. I bought my first Rolex while I was here in Dubai. I like the nice cars. Guys, but there's a difference between wanting to enjoy the fruits of the world in a healthy manner and worshiping it. You know what's so funny? Because I know some of you dudes watching this right now, y'all probably got like a Rolex or an AP as your like wall screen or your wallpaper or your Ferrari or your dream mansion or something like that. And that's fine. And I have all that stuff too. And I did. But let me tell you this. Here's the true part of manifestation is when you match with the frequency. Because when you want something outside of you, therefore you're saying that you don't have. Here's the thing about manifestation. You want to put yourself in a place where you already have what you want. You already are. You're assuming. For example, when I bought my first Rolex, I was watching videos about the Rolex and, oh my God, Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. And then the moment I have it, I wear it to sleep. I wear it in the shower. I wear it to the gym. I don't even care. Like, it's just one of the watches I have over there. And the point, I'm not talking about a watch here. I'm talking about how I idolized it. But the moment I had it, all that went away. And it's just another possession I have here in the closet. And so what the devil will get you to do is he's going to get you chasing these external things. And it's so crazy because I live in Dubai and I have all the fun stuff. But if you get to know me, I really talk about substance. I just truly enjoy that shit. I like cars. And I race cars. I've driven cars. But if you look at me from a superficial level, you might think like, oh, this guy's super materialistic. But no, I'm really talking about like truth. Or trying to talk about truth and just do my best interpretation of it. But what the devil will do to kill you as a man is get you chasing women. And this is why I switched to just talking with men here, because I know that firsthand. We'll get into this in the other dating videos. Guys, I have had so many women in my life, and it's not something to almost brag about. If in a way, like my younger brother, he's a virgin, right? I think he's 21. And I was telling him, like, I didn't tell him my numbers, but I would say, bro, like, you don't want to be in my position. Like, lots of trauma have come around. I lived in Colombia. I lived in Miami. Like, guys, and I got rich in Colombia. So you guys can just like imagine that. And by the way, this is all just free stuff, just enjoying my life and just like meeting people and stuff. And so for those of you thinking, oh, he's paying shit in Colombia, no, I'm just talking about just like being game and charisma. But with that came so much trauma that I'm now trying to unwire inside my paradigm. And this is for another set of videos, but like that's an example of external validation I chased for many years, and to this day I'm still working on. Right now I have my girlfriend Vanessa that here, but that dude, guys, this shit will get at you. Is it the money? Is it the cars? Is it titles? Is it that 100K month? Is it X amount of followers? Making him believe he must earn love or prove himself constantly. When he achieves these, let him feel empty but addicted. It's never ending. And I'm gonna keep on this one when it comes to women. Let me tell you, bro. There's two type of guys right here that are watching. There's the guys that get no girls. Okay, that was me before I started making money. I'll be completely honest. When I started making money, fuck, dude, everything changed for me after that. I'll be completely honest. So yes, making money, putting yourself in a position, you do get more women. Okay, so let me talk about the guy who's not getting all those girls. Bro, you're not really missing out on anything. You know how much distraction, heartache, time, energy goes into putting into these girls, especially in Dubai. It's like $500 a night taking out a chick to just dinner, maybe a couple of drinks. Like it costs money, it costs time, and it's taxing on your willpower. Or if you're the guy that's got your rotation of girls now and you're doing your thing, I understand that you're smashing a couple girls a week probably. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy shit like that, right? And shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. Not like that anymore, man. That's old past life. But let me tell you this, like it's empty. You know that, bro. That's why you always got new girls coming in. You smash one a couple times, 2, 3, 4 times, add it to the back of the rotation, last minute, and then you're adding the new chick in, the new chick. And bro, you've been doing this now for like 3 to 6 months, maybe even longer. And it's like, you smash and stuff, but you know deep down inside, you're trying to lock in. You're trying to go to the next level. You think your next level is going to be with you running rotation? Bro, how many billionaires out here running rotations, man? Come on now. We got to wake up, but that's not the point of today's video. The point of this one is that you're going to go out there chasing external things, the watch, the cars, the clothes. And the thing is, you're going to always think it's outside of you. You're always going to think it's outside of you. Let me tell you this, brother. It's going to be inside. And I'm the first one to say that I'm working on this as well. I like my fun shit. Like, look at me. Come on. I like my fun shit. But I always got to remember, like, what's the true prize here? The true prize is to become more. To live from spirit. Like Bob Proctor said to me, you don't work for money, you work for satisfaction. Do you guys tell I love what I do? Do I have to come in here and make this 1 hour video for you guys for free? No, but I enjoy it. I love it. I love what I do. What you want to do is start to get into your work, get into your project, and find validation in first of all, in God and in this higher power, and finding validation on just surrendering to the source that's using you as an idea to manifest itself. What's the big idea you're going after? What's the big project that can be life-changing that you can put your soul into, not just for the dollar, but because you enjoy it for satisfaction? Let's get into it. Let's get into number 6. What is that? 6, 5. We're going into 5 now. How y'all liking this, huh? Wound him with shame. Okay. Weaponize make past mistakes to define his identity. Bro, let's keep it 100. If you're a hustler like me, by the way, if you're still watching this, all the fucking pansies have already left. They can't sit for more than 5 minutes to watch a video, so you're locked in, bro. So I know you're on track to go out there and build something more. You have the potential to build something great, but all the TikTok brain guys, like, they already fucking left. They can't even sit down for 5 minutes to learn how to become a better version of themselves to live their dream life. But let me get some water before I'm getting too hyped, man. I swear, I just be getting hyped. I just come up with the title, some topics, and I just fucking get hyped, bro. I love this. I just, like, a power comes over me, right? So, if you're like me, you're a hustler. You failed. That's okay. Man, I wish those days when I used to sleep on the couch. I used to sleep on that couch, guys, and I would just be like, man, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make it out. But shit, waking up and seeing my eyes and see myself in that situation was dreadful, bro. Having to go do those Uber drives, dreadful, bro. Sleeping in that car, dreadful, bro. But I said, fuck it, dude. I'm going to make it happen still. I'm going to make this shit happen because I always knew deep down inside I was going to be a millionaire. I was going to change. I just didn't know how. Until I met Bob Proctor and I got up a study program and he gave me a study program such as this, and I started studying and it changed my life. But before that shit, I was going through the trenches. You have failed, bro, and it's okay. It's okay. You're going to get back up and you're going to make it happen. But you're going to have to lock back in on your mind, on your spirit, and all parts of your body. There's two parts that I'm learning as I'm growing in this journey here. You might be focusing too much on, like, the positive side, which is like adding on paradigms and doing all this stuff, right? You're adding on. But sometimes success is taking away the bad habits, taking away the bad people, like, I was just talking to some guy in the DMs right now, and he's like doing all these things, and I'm like, bro, you're doing too much. I'm like, I guarantee you probably work harder than I do. With clients, I work 5 hours a week, having a 7-figure business, 5 hours a week. Right, I've just optimized things. So it's not about just hard work, it's about reprogramming the paradigm. But in this one, in number 5, the devil's is gonna keep you down by having you focus on all your failures. Man, I remember when I would question. Okay, so I've scaled 2 businesses now to $100,000 a month, and I remember. So I built my first $1 million business working with Bob Proctor. Did about $1.2 million. Then after Bob died, I went and did other businesses. Right, OnlyFans agencies, Airbnb, just a bunch of bullshit. Right. And I ended up losing all the money again. I don't know if I told you this, guys. So I built 7 figures and I lost. I didn't say lost it all, but I just, like, spent it all in Miami looking like an idiot. Jewelry, cars, girls, all that kind of shit. I had like 3 cars at the same time. Like GTR, my S63 AMG, like my Range Rover. And I wasn't even living there. I had paying like 2 rents in different places. Just being an idiot with money, right? And after I lost it, I remember there's a period where I was just, like, back in the trenches trying to build it again. And I remember thinking to myself, like, did I get lucky? Maybe I got lucky. Maybe it was just, like, all these different things. When I started to doubt. Now, for those of you may not relate to the 100K 7 figures, but I want you to see how the devil will get in your mind. He wanted me to doubt my potential. He wanted me to doubt if I was capable. And those doubts is what delayed that 2-year period where I was rebuilding myself again. Even though I knew this mindset stuff, even after making 7 figures, I went broke for 2 years again. But it was this one right here, wounding him with shame. I was shameful about spending all the money. I was shameful about being with all those girls that I was with. And I was like, man, I wish I didn't take all those chicks out. I was shameful about all that stuff. And I thought I was lucky, right? So you're going to twist guilt into shame. And you'll say and by the way, this is my ChatGPT. Remember, I'm literally reading off the 8 things that ChatGPT gave me of what Satan would do to destroy you as a man. So I've got my notes here. He would say, twist guilt into shame. I did something wrong because, actually, this one's more powerful. I got to write this one here, okay? Let me cleanse this for you. Okay, so what he would say is, I did something wrong versus I am wrong. You see, this is where, like, even with Neville Goddard, when we talk about the law of assumption in his Power of Awareness book, the great I am is the consciousness. Like, it's the thoughts that are going on in your head right now. It's the wild horse of your attention going in different places. Like, some of you are on TikTok right now, have 3 other tabs open, or you're doing something else. Like, was it even possible for you to sit here and watch this video without some other distraction? Not putting any hate. Some of you are walking, you're in the shower right now, you're on your phone, you're driving, right? Was it even possible for you to sit at the desk and just watch this with notes? You see what I'm saying? It's like what's happening is I did something wrong versus I am wrong. The great Redeemer is your attention. The great I am. That's the power that's going in. And so what's happening is the devil's going to twist you to think that, say, I am wrong. I am broke. You're not. You might be in a broke situation, but you're not broke. So he's going to twist your shame and your guilt and your failures to believe. Here's the big one here. He's going to get you to believe I am versus I did or I have. Two different things. I have is a possession. I did is an action, but I am is a state of being. Like I am DeAndre, right? If you really want to get deeper, I am a spiritual being because when I pass away, my body stays here, DeAndre stays here, but I go somewhere else, right? So if we really want to get into spiritual, I'm a spiritual being. But in this sense, to keep it simple and physical, I am DeAndre. I am my personality, but I am not what I have. I am not the guy that has a watch. I am not the guy that has a YouTube channel and does all these things. I am who I say I am. I am what Christ says I am. I am what God says I am. I am what my potential says I am. And when I get a piece of paper and a pen and I write down what I want, I am this now. I don't need it outside of me anymore. This is where the manifestation, that external validation idea comes in, right? All right, let's get into number 4 now. Isolate him spiritually and emotionally. And I think this one is really big in today's society. I think it was something like 30% of men under 30 are still virgins or something like this. Now, I think today's, especially in America, I live in Dubai, so that OnlyFans shit, I don't see that. I don't want that. That is just degeneracy on a whole nother level. I do not support that in any single way. I think it's just disgusting that is even part of our society. Holy shit. I don't see that here in Dubai, so I'm really grateful for that. That is one thing I'm happy in all the fucking woke shit. We don't do that here in Dubai, which I do enjoy. But in America, I live all that stuff, and it is part of that. But one of the things that the devil will do is he's going to isolate you. If you're anything like me, bro, you're different. You especially if you're at like the levels where you're making more than 10K a month, like you're not hanging out with like weird people, okay? People that are always just chasing chicks, doing a bunch of drugs. You're locked in. Like, may I had some fun in the past? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I was always locked in. And I'd rather be by myself than to be around company of random ass people that bring my frequency down. And that same goes with women. I'd rather be by myself than be with the fucking Jezebel, lower frequency ass chicks. Let me tell you that. You'll learn that as you get older and you start to really take control of your attention, your time. You realize it's better to be by yourself. But if you're anything like me, sometimes it can be difficult during these times of isolation. Right? You're isolated emotionally. You're isolated spiritually. You feel like people don't connect with you. Because you're on a mission. You're in a place now where you're leaving your old friends, your old habits, right? And so you're not hanging out with them anymore, but you haven't manifested the new friends and the new opportunities yet. So you're not, they haven't become transmute. So you're in this gap where you're like not with your old, but you're not with the new yet, and you feel isolated. So coming over here, he's going to turn faith into ritual or taboo topic, making it irrelevant, boring, or divisive. Create a culture of idealism without introspection, disconnected from others, but essentially from the self and source, right? So now there's a difference between disassociating somebody because they're not on the same frequency as you, meaning they're not on the same path, and disassociating in general because you think you're special. Like, I don't think I'm special. I'm just doing my best here. But you get what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference here. And confuse him about masculinity. Sheesh. Look at that one. Okay, confuse him about masculinity, emasculate his strength, or push him to overcompensate with toxic versions of himself. Does this sound familiar? Yo, gentlemen, does this sound familiar? Confuse him about masculinity, emasculate his strength. So in other words, make him feel smaller as a man, or push him to overcompensate and be more masculine and be more controlling, or be of the, what we call the toxic stuff. Now, I don't know about the toxic shit and all that, because any woke chick will say this bullshit, but sometimes you can see it as a man. Your ego pops up a little bit. You're a little bit more flexy. You're a little bit more loud than what you need to be, because you're trying to show off. And the best way to explain this is new money. I remember when I started first coming into money, man, I had the Gucci across my shirt. Damn, like you would never see me with that shit. Like, here's about the best. We got the little Prada right here. But this is a plain black t-shirt other than little Prada right here. But I remember the Gucci, the Dior, or even worse, I had a Gucci tracksuit with like the blue and like the red. Holy shit. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, that's just one version of the masculine, right? Just this new money, just watch me, see me. That's an example of this energy where I was a boy, essentially. I was making money, but I was kind of figuring things out. Now, in your case, it might be different, but you're going to go ahead and understand that. Let's go into number 3 here. Normalize. Normalize mediocrity and cynicism. Okay, so promote a worldwide view where dreams are naive and authenticity is risky. Okay, so the devil doesn't want you to go after your dreams. Like, that's like the complete opposite of what I teach on this channel. So I can't even imagine that life, because I've just always been a dreamer since a child, since I can remember, and that's all I talk about on my channel is dreaming and going after what you want. So like, what would I say is like the opposite? Like, if we were to go around this side, like, they don't want you to dream. They don't want you to be what you want. If you really knew how powerful you would not be in your situation, right? I love that saying. You're beginning to wake up. You're not realizing you're a millionaire. You're just waking up to the fact that you already were. You're just realizing that you already were everything that you're desiring now. They want to keep you down. They want to keep you sleeping. They want to keep you not realizing that that Christ lives in you, and you have Christ consciousness in you. You can build whatever life that you want. But he's going to surround you with mediocrity. He's going to encourage him, and we're going back to the text here, encourage him to be realistic, which really means safe, small, and fearful. You know, my grandpa, he loves me, and he would say these things. He would say, DeAndre, money doesn't grow on trees. You got to be realistic. He would say this shit. He would say, don't count your chickens before the eggs hatch. Whatever the hell that means. He's from Indianapolis, so whatever the hell sayings they come out with over there. But he would say that. Whenever I would say like something exciting, like I just got a new trophy, I just got a new win in my promotion, something like this, right? And he would say, don't count your chickens before your eggs hatch. I'll believe it before I see it. And I was just thinking about this, like, Grandpa, like, it's so true though, because he says, believe it before I'll believe it when I see it. And it's so true because I see it here. He was just incorrect of where he was seeing it. He was trying to see it with his eyes. I was seeing it in my imagination. I saw it here, and then I hold it here. So it's true. I saw it here, and then I believed it, and then it became manifest. He was just looking at the wrong eyes. I was looking here while he was looking here. That's the difference here. But he would say these things to me to kind of get me to think realistic. If I was thinking realistic, I would have never moved to Miami with $600 from San Diego, California, driving from San Diego all the way over there, sleeping in my car, living in an Airbnb with like 50 other people. I would have never went to Medellin, Colombia. I would have never spent $5,000 on my grandpa's credit card to start working with Bob Proctor and have a $3,000 a month monthly payment when I was making $1,000, $2,000 driving for Uber. Let 30 days to make a payment, and then 2 months later making $100K a month. If I was ever being realistic, I would have never done anything. So what's here is the devil's going to get you to try to be realistic. He's going to try to destroy you as a man by getting you to point your finger. And this is the most feminine fucking energy I ever heard. A man talking about another man. That is some weird-ass energy. That is some weird-ass energy. It's just like gossiping and all this kind of stuff. No, focus on what you need to do. If it's negative, leave it to its own devices. Focus on what you want. Give your attention to the seeds that you want to grow in your life, whether it's your girl, your money, your business, your cash flow, your employees, whatever you want. Give your energy there, your YouTube channel. Give your energy there and allow that to grow. Mock hope, mock spirituality, and present purpose as a fairy tale for the gullible. Now, I don't know about people like this because I was a dreamer and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks, because I know what my potential was. I always knew what I was going to go after, and life was just going to be the best version of me. But I'm just giving you an example there, okay? Distract him with comfort and noise. Now, some of y'all motherfuckers sorry my language, some of you guys are so fucking comfortable. Some of you guys are so fucking comfortable. And that's why I'm talking to men here. no more on the YouTube channel. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you trying to play so comfortable? Like, I had this guy DM me. He's like, bro, okay, so I have, as you guys know, I have a coaching program, right? That's not the point of this video, but I have a high ticket coaching program for guys that are making 6 figures already to take them to multiple 6 and 7 figures, and then I have a $1,000 course, right? So the people that are paying me 10K, 20K, like, I don't ever have to like nickel and dime or ask, like, go back and forth and they just pay me, right? But for some reason, I was talking to this guy today in my DMs, and he was like, it was for the $1,000 course. And bro, the amount of questions and concerns, I'm like, the amount of scarcity, I was just like, bro, it's a fucking $1,000. Like, I spent that last night. Like, I'm not here to yell at you guys because I used to think like that. What I want you to do is, I'm not talking at you guys. I'm talking with you as your older brother. I'm trying to bring you up with me so y'all can come hang out with me. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. Never trying to demoralize you. I'm trying to get in your head. I'm talking to the old version of myself. Like, bro, wake the fuck up. When I was broke as fuck, living in scarcity mindset, I used to think like this guy. So afraid to give him my last $1,000. Guys, I didn't even have $1,000 when I got to Bob Proctor. He asked me for $30,000. I put it on my grandpa's credit card, right? But this guy just reminded me so much of this scarcity. Like, what am I getting? Is this going to change my life? And those are the weirdest. I never thought that. I didn't say, Bob Proctor, I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. Hopefully you change my life. You know, nickel and diming. No. I believed in myself. I believed in the opportunity. I took in a decision and I went with it. So right here, so many of you guys are in your fucking comfort zone, holding on to your last $1,000, last $10,000. Fuck that, dude. I invest. I go after what I want, and if I don't make it, fuck it. I'll always figure it out. Doors will open, even if it's like the last one. Like, first you gotta jump off the cliff, then the parachute will open. A lot of you are waiting for the parachute to open before you go in, and you're waiting for the parachute to open before you jump. No, there's nothing successful, bro, that's gonna come in your comfort zone. You're going to have to make the decision without the money, without the resources, without the team, without anything. And you better get fucking comfortable with that. Get comfortable with that right now. And if you're not doing that, that is exactly why you're in your position, bro. And now this is your opener, your mind opener to fix it so that you can be abundant. I'm literally here as your older brother, like so passionate just to help you. I really just want you to, like, whether you buy from me or not, like, I just want you to, like, live in abundance. I really enjoy what I do. Like, I really do. I fucking love what I do. The fact I even make money doing this is really fun. Like, I feel so grateful. So I want you to feel this level of gratitude. But you're going to have to, like, get the shades of delusion off of you. It's not going to happen in your comfort zone, okay? Next one, noise. Oh, dude, this is a big one. You have so much confusion. I'm getting the chills just thinking about it. I'm getting like the chills. Look at that. I don't know if you see my hair kind of standing up. Like the noise. You're just trying to get your mind right. You're hearing this ad. This guy's talking about drop shipping. This guy's talking about Amazon FBA. This guy's talking about YouTube automation. This guy's talking about coaching consulting. This guy's talking about, and you just get all this noise. Let's go back to the notes here. Fill his life with endless entertainment, consumerism, and dopamine loops. Okay? AKA social media, porn, video games, and fast food. Just, the devil's going to keep you just distracted. This is why I talk about meditation so much. It's like it's the calming of the mind. Like, actually, just do this with me right now. If you're not driving or anything, just sit with me. Take this breath with me. Just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Hold at the top and release. Calm, right? That's probably the deepest breath you've taken all day. Look at how it changed my physiology, the way I'm speaking. It's in that silence that you're able to tap into your intuition, into your heart, where God speaks to you. Prayer is us speaking to God, but intuition is God speaking to us. But that voice will only come from in here. And let me tell you this, no man can give you the direction to your life. Not even me. Mr. Law of Attraction here teaching you all this stuff, and I never claim to. I'll always tell you the truth. The truth is the real power is in you. God will speak to you, tell you your story. We can give you guidelines. We can give you frameworks. But at the end of the day, that final test and decision will come down to you and God only. But only if you're connected to that internal voice. But the devil wants to separate you from that internal voice. Well, how is he going to separate you? First thing that he's going to do is he's going to keep you distracted. He's going to get you consuming shit. Buying. You know what? And I'm half black, right? So my dad is black Jamaican, right? And I'm going to hit the black community just a little bit. And bro, and let me tell you this, I got the fucking bust down and all that kind of shit too. Like, and I see this the most in the black community, and those of you in the hip hop community. Like the amount of consumerism these elites have fucking brainwashed you guys to do, brainwashed us to do. Like, this doesn't mean shit to me. I can literally throw this off the balcony. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not attached, but there's people that will literally kill another dude over this shit. Like, will rob somebody for some shit like this. Isn't that fucking ridiculous? Like, what is this? The idea of a successful black man is you go out there and you got the Prada, you got the bust down, you got the chains and shit right there. And every time I see it, like, I enjoy it. It's fun. I can live this life. But there's some people, like, that's all they know. That's all they'll do. And they're 30, 40 years old still doing this shit. And, like, in a way, like, saying that's the levels of success. And what I see is, like, they have been brainwashed. Completely brainwashed by the white men or the fucking successful ass people that run the companies. Like, there's this image here. I don't know if I have it saved. Maybe I'll put it on. I'm not going to put it on the screen. I'm not going to edit this video, guys. I'm going to keep this shit super raw. Let me see if I can find this. There's this crazy ass photo that I found. And after seeing this about, like, this guy owning all these designer brands, after this, like, my mind completely changed around owning. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can get this to you guys. Let me see. So there's this guy. I think what is his name? Bernard? Yeah, Bernard Arnault. Fuck if I know how to say his name. But I don't know if you guys can see this. You see how this one man owns all these brands? You know, the biggest brands. Let's see. Where's the clothes at? From Christian Dior, Celine, Marc Jacobs, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, all the way to let's see what else we got here. You know, all those brands, all the brands that are idealized. This one man is the owner of all these companies, right? The founder, his company is Hennessy, all that. And then anytime I go and I want to buy something from this brand, I think about, fuck, I'm gonna give my hard-earned thousands of dollars to this rich ass motherfucker, just so I can look rich. I don't know, but that's not a point. But the point is, like, consumerism, entertainment, dopamine loops. So social media, like, I use social media. I post on it. Like, you'll never see me scrolling on Instagram. Like, you never see me scrolling. And Vanessa, when she's scrolling, it pisses me off. Like, why are you scrolling? Think of it. Why are you even scrolling right now? It's brain rot. Or porn. This is something I'm personally working on. I will come out with a piece of content about this as I start to go through my journey. But let me tell you this. That is something I've been battling with since I was 14 years old. I'm now 29. It's an addiction that is, like, rooted since, like, my grandfather and when I got stumbled across that shit. But let me tell you this, I've stopped it. I stopped it. But let me tell you, this is a journey that I'm going to have to be upfront with and help other men, because the spirit of lust and porn is the number one thing that the devil will use to try to keep you down. Okay, porn, video games, and fast food. So encourage a busy, this is a big one, check this one out. Encourage a busy but directionless life. And I love this in The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, when he said that if you came to a man at the age of 25 years old and you asked him, would you be successful? All 100 of these men, right? Take 100 men at 25 and ask them, will you be successful? They will all say yes with light in their eye. Then find them at the age of 65 and you'll find that majority of them are broke. 5% are okay. 1% actually became rich. And that those 95% that didn't make it were fucking destitute. And nothing to say about my personal life, but, like, that's, like, honestly, like, how my grandfather turned out, the guy who raised me, right? And it's just, like, he's in a position where it's, like, Social Security, and he was sold a lie, and he was selling me that lie. And it's like, no, bro, we're not going to do that. We're going to get rich. We're going to get wealthy by helping other people and adding value to the world, helping people grow in their abundance in their mindset, reprogram their mind. But most men are directionless. They don't even know what they're doing. Remember, most people are doing something for money. Ask you, the business you're running right now, are you doing it for money or are you doing it for satisfaction? I'm not doing this for money. I don't know if you guys realize, I love this. And obviously I'm going to get paid from it. If I'm going to sit here for hours on end, I'm going to get paid from this shit. But ask yourself, are you running your business? Are you going to your job for money? You're doing it for satisfaction. If you're not doing it for satisfaction, meaning you're doing it because you're becoming more. Like Jim Rohn says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you're finding that you're growing in your job or your business, and you're liking and enjoying it, then great. If not, you're part of the directionless class. And you're on the way to poverty and destruction. And this is your wake-up call, brother, for you to take control back of your mind. Get a piece of paper and pen and write down what you want and go and build that effing life. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Go do it. Go do it. Now. Okay? So encourage him to have a busy life, right? Always doing shit. Always doing shit. You're doing whole lot of nothing. You're doing a whole lot of nothing. And overwhelm his mind so there's no stillness. Because in silence, truth surfaces. You're going to keep him busy with social media, busy with his rotation of women, just always just things in your mind. Don't let him be by himself. Don't let him understand that the power of his intuition and that voice that lies in him, because that voice only comes in the silence, which is why I get you guys to really get your meditations in. Get your meditations in, because you can enhance that voice, amplify so you can be more connected to God, and that spirit will give you the answer that you need to go out there and build your dream life, right? And now, before we get into number one, guys, if you want help with any of this, you guys there's two types of people watching this. There's the guys that are out there that want to have their first $10,000 month, whether you're a salesperson or you have a business and you're trying to get off the ground. Then fill out the survey below, and it'll point you in the direction of one of the best programs that I have coming out right now called Quantum Codes. But for those of you that are earning six figures right now, this is what I've been coaching now for the last 5 years, teaching people how to reprogram their mind so they can scale to the next level. Been doing it since I met Bob Proctor. Also fill out that survey truthfully, and it's going to point you in the direction of our Quantum Lead program, where you can hop on a call with us, and I'll tell you exactly how to implement these into your business so you can scale to the multi 6 and 7 figure level. So first link in the description. Okay. So now let's get into number one. Seed, doubt, and insecurity early. And I think Iman Ghazi talked about this when he had that whole series on like the school system, that like the school system was made to keep you as a worker. Like the school system was not made to make you an entrepreneur. Like, was there ever classes on entrepreneurship? Like creating offers, solving needs, solving problems, laws of compensation. Like, was it only like work or bee, go to college and apply for a job? Like, there's no bit of like becoming an entrepreneurship whatsoever inside of college. Since a child, you have been programmed to be a worker bee ass motherfucker. Now you're not. You're going to wake up and you're going to be the best version of yourself. You're going to be more. You're going to do more. You're going to have more, because I'm going to convince you to see yourself as more. That's the purpose of my channel. To get away from all that older stuff. So through the upbringing and education, instill beliefs that he is not enough unless he conforms. Go to the cubicle, go to the job, go to college, do a business that's in this manner, right? The rich people get wealthy in the gray areas. Let me tell you that. Use comparison, right? Social media, societal benchmarks create a sense of inferiority by constantly showcasing curated success. So always constantly getting you to compare, looking at social media and seeing these 20-year-olds, driving Lamborghinis and shit, and it gets you to compare to make you feel like you're not enough, to make you think that you're smaller than this, but you're not. You can do more. Get off the social media, post what you need to do, create the content, and get off the app. That's what I would say. Make him doubt his uniqueness and disconnect from his inner voice. That's the final thing here. It's just, if you're not connected to your God source, if you're not connected to the power that's within you, it's all going to fall apart. The only savior is your consciousness, your ability to see yourself as more, your imagination, and your connectedness to God. All those are the three things that you can use to overcome all of this and build the life of your dreams. This is your man, Mr. Love Attraction. If you watched to this point, thank you so much for watching. A lot of people, their attention spans are crazy. So thank you so much. Subscribe below. Hit that survey below if you want to work with me. Let's do it. I'll see you in the next video.